Hi everyone. I just want to come on here right now and just share words of encouragement. Jesus is coming back soon. We are going to go through the Great Tribulation first, and that is going to happen very soon. And then Jesus will come back in 3.5 years into the Great Tribulation. Now, I knew this already, but I got further confirmation. He just keeps showing and showing and showing that this is really going to happen, and it's going to happen quickly. A few months ago, there was I had a cup at my job, right, and it broke into two pieces, and it was so strange. And I felt something in my spirit about it, but I didn't like make a big deal of it. I just was like, this is strange. I think it means something, but then I let it go. I was at my job and I dropped a cup in our canteen, and the floor isn't hard. It's like a soft tile. It's not like cement or anything like that. But it broke and it flung out of my hand, my finger, and it fell on the floor and it just broke. But this is how it broke. It broke like this. It broke in half in two pieces. See? It broke perfectly in half. There was not even any shatter anywhere. It was a perfect split. See? Like everything's intact. Like you can put those pieces together and it'll make the cup again. It's not like shard pieces scattered on the floor. I just had to pick up two pieces off the floor. I didn't have to clean any mess around it. So then I was like, okay, so that's strange. I've never seen a cup break so perfectly in half before. And so then, maybe a couple weeks ago, a week or two ago, I was making something in my kitchen, and I put like a plate on the burner. I have like my burner is like the glass top, and so I had turned it off, that burner off, but it was still hot, and I didn't realize. I wasn't thinking. I was just like putting down the plate to put food on it. So I put the plate on that burner, and it was still hot, and it sat there for a minute, and then it went pop, and that plate just popped. Okay, and it didn't shatter. Again, the plate was in two perfectly separate pieces. When I put them together, it made the plate whole again. So the plate split in half in two perfectly pieces. I was even going to keep it. I'm like, oh, wow, this is weird. Like, I'm going to keep this, and I was going to sand it and have like two like little plates like for like an eyepiece or whatever, or just like something different to use. But I was like, no, because it may like cause little pieces to get on food or something. So I'm not going to do it. But so I threw it away. I didn't take a picture of it, and I didn't save it. So I was like, okay, wow. So that was the second time that happened. So the other day, I dropped my little ramekin. Okay, so here's my ramekin. See, I saved this one because now this is becoming odd. So see this ramekin? It just kind of, I dropped it, and look what happened. Again, two perfectly separate pieces. Like it didn't shatter, it didn't break, with all these little pieces everywhere. It's just two perfectly separate pieces. Look, you put it together and you can't even tell that it's broken. It's just like, look, two pieces split into two. That is the third time that this happened to me in a short period of time. So I'm like, this is strange. Like, what does this mean, Jesus? I know this means something. And every time, like, the number 3, I think I have this in another video, the number 3 in the Bible means, like, so it is. So be it, basically. So this is definitely going to happen. Okay, that's what the number 3 means. This is definitely going to happen. it solidifies, it makes it stronger, like it's really going to happen. So there's many cases in the Bible of the number 3, and I have another video that talks about that and gives examples. So I was thinking about this, and I'm asking Jesus, split in two, what things split in two in the Bible. And I kind of tried to research it, and I got Zachariah 14. I got Zachariah 14. So I got this today, so I want to read to you Zachariah 14. So in Zachariah 14, it says, behold, well, actually I got Zachariah 14:4, but I'm going to read starting from verse 1. Okay? So, don't mind my glasses, they're a little weird, but okay, so it says in Zechariah 14:1-4, I'm going to read. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. So again, I'm going to repeat verse 1. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh. That's the return of Jesus, okay? And thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. Then shall the Lord go forth and fight against those nations, as when he fought in the day of battle. And his feet shall stand in that day upon the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem on the east. And the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst thereof toward the east and toward the west. And there shall be a very great valley, and half of the mountain shall remove toward the north, and half of it toward the south. Okay, so if you go further down, verses 8-9 say, and it shall be in that day that the living waters shall go out from Jerusalem, half of them toward the former sea, and half of them toward the hinder sea. In summer and in winter shall it be, and the Lord shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall there be one Lord, and his name one. So I believe that this is talking about the return of Jesus. Here where it's saying that I will gather the nations against Jerusalem to battle. The nations are going to come after God's people. And it says that they will be taken captive. It says this in Matthew, in Luke, in Revelation, and in Daniel, that God's people will be taken captive in the tribulation, the Great Tribulation, but then Jesus will come and he will destroy those people, those nations. And it says further in here that he will fight against those nations. So, and then he will be Lord and King over all the earth. And that's basically the Great Tribulation and the return of Jesus Christ. And he's showing me that, yes, it's coming very soon. And he shows me things in different ways. It could be a dream. It could be a vision. Like if you watch the rest of my other videos, you'll see experiences where I've had these things happen. So this is just another way of him showing me to look in these scriptures and find what's going to happen. So yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you, that we're about to go through the Great Tribulation and Jesus' return. So Yep, so that's exciting. It's exciting. It's scary. The tribulation is a scary thing, but he tells us not to be afraid. Do not be afraid of all the things that will befall you. He says that in the scriptures. So we don't have to be afraid. And we just keep our eyes on him. And we know that he's coming um, to get us in the midst of all that. So I love you and Jesus loves you. And I just wanted to share that with you. Just a short little video. So I will do more videos. I'm going to do a video on um, the mark of the beast soon. Okay, I want to get it all together. Okay, love you. Talk soon. Bye.